Hey guys, EveAnna Manley here. You know, building electronics is a very precise endeavor. Kind of like making pizzas, you know? You want to start with really good ingredients, such as this Italian 00 flour. It's very fine grained. When it comes to from Italy, we hope that it doesn't have any chemicals or all that bad stuff that our American wheat has. So start with good ingredients. Got some instant yeast here. It's fresh. It goes bad after a year, so you want to use it up. All your ingredients when you're mixing records or mixing pizza dough, you want to start off using good tools. So that's one thing. Now, I don't have a giant Hobart stand mixer, but not everyone has like a fancy console at home either. So you get good gear and you work with that. Precision is very important in electronics as it is in making pizza. I need to weigh all my ingredients when I'm mixing the pizzas. You'll get a more precise measurement if you're weighing your ingredients. So they say. So pizza dough is pretty easy to make actually, but the first thing you want to do is calculate your ingredients. You're going to measure your ingredients. When you first mix the flour and the water, you want to let it rest for about 20 minutes after you've put it through the mixer. And that lets the water and the flour really incorporate and mix together. So you do that. Then in the meantime, you get your salt ready and you get your yeast ready. Now the yeast, if you're using instant yeast, it's dry, so you have to add some water. You don't want to add chlorinated water. You want to add, maybe reverse osmosis water or something that doesn't have chlorine in it. And then you add your salt, and you add that into the dough that has rested, and you incorporate that with your dough hook, and you beat it with your mixer for a couple minutes on low and a couple minutes on high and a couple minutes on low. Now my stand mixer is a bit of a pain. Sometimes it wants to walk right off the counter, so I have to keep an eye on it, It's like with audio. Sometimes like with your tubes, certain like power amplifiers, you want to bias your tubes. You got to keep an eye on your gear and take care of it. And this mixer here, I have to put oil in it sometimes. You got to take care of all your gear, whether it's kitchen stuff or audio gear. All right, so once we've mixed our pizza dough, then we cover it with a wet cloth in the bowl. And I was proofing mine last night, overnight, in my stove. Now my 1949 O'Keefe and Merritt stove has pilot lights, so it's kind of warm in there, so it's a great place for doughs to rise. And this morning I woke up, I should have taken them out last night and then cold proofed them, but I didn't. I fell asleep instead. So this morning I am making my individual pizza dough balls. So what I do is you take I've got all these little Tupperwares. I oil them with olive oil so the dough doesn't stick so horribly in there. I put them on my scale, and then I can get a tare weight, which means it's accounting for the weight of the container. And then I divide. I've calculated my total dough for. I'm making 7 doughs here, as you can see. I made 3 batches of big doughs, let them rise, and now I've divided them into 250 gram dough balls. And the last step I have here is to make them, they're just blobs of dough right now, so now I'm gonna make them into dough balls. And so I have a little flour on the counter here. I'm gonna just fold them over a little bit. It's kind of also the step they call punching down the dough. So I've got a little bit of flour on the skin of it, just a little bit, and I'm gonna just make these little dough balls. Like with everything, you learn it on the internet. Here we are. I'm gonna poke the dough balls. It's kind of funny looking, isn't it? into itself, and then roll it around in my flour a little bit, light flour. And then I've got this lovely dough ball. Da-da-da. And I will put that back into my Tupperware. I've got one more to do. And then if I had a lot of time, like another day, I could put these back in, I could put them in the refrigerator and do what you call cold proof on them. But my guests are coming in about 6 hours, so I'm kind of torn. Maybe I'll cold proof them for 3 hours and take them out so they can come back up to room temperature. It's important that you work at the right temperatures as well with cooking. So that's my pizza dough experience there. For me, it's a precise science, just like building audio gear, but with everything you do it excellent, do it with integrity, and do it to have fun. Here in Pasadena, we're very lucky to have a specialty Italian market. We're going to go into the Roma Italian market and get all of our Italian supplies for pizza. This is where we are getting our organic Tipo 00 flour. As you can see, they have all kinds of Italian specialties here. Those sun-dried tomatoes are delicious. Sweet peppers can go on pizzas. Also, their anchovies. Got a good selection of special anchovies. This is one of my favorite. These crushed Calabrian chili peppers. Those are so delicious on a pizza. And over here, let's have a medium container of pepperoni, please. And he's gonna cut that up special for me. I'm gonna get some of those hot sausages. Look at all these nice ingredients here. Another thing we want to do when we're making pizzas is prep all our ingredients so that they're all ready to put on as toppings. So here I've just cut up a red onion, and I've got my stove nice and hot. Let's get these guys kind of pre-cooked a little bit, not all the way. I like to pre-cook the onions and also the mushrooms. I've already sweated out some mushrooms here. I have pre-pitted my olives, my black olives, my dry black olives, so those are ready. And I'm gonna cut up that nice tomato as well. We need to prep all our ingredients for pizza making. Just like when we're building electronics, we have to prepare the resistor leads to go into the boards, and we have to prepare the wires and cut them to length and terminate the edges of them. It's all about preparation. So here we are with all the pizza toppings done. We've got the flour on the peel. I've got a dough out here. I'm gonna prep it up to stretch it out. We've got dogs playing. There's a lot of activity here. And you know, like when we're building audio equipment, we also have to assemble the equipment so that we can, that's how we build it. And here we're building a pizza. So here we go, we've got a completed pizza. This one is very exotic with braised short rib, fig, and brie with a finish of rosemary and truffle honey. Oh, get it. Credit card thin crust. I'm massacring it right now. Listen to that sound. It's all about the audio, people. And here we go. I think that's about 11 pieces. Pizza's on! I'm EveAnna Manley from Manley Labs, and this was the One and Done and Fun podcast.